One of the biggest questions I see so many beginner nail techs asking on Facebook forums, on social media, is how to clean their nail tools properly. So I thought I'd walk you guys through my process. Before we get started, any disposable tools, so files, buffers, sanding bands, gloves, anything like that, they go in the bin. You cannot reuse those. Step 1 is cleaning. So this is done with warm soapy water. What this does is it basically removes any physical debris off the tools. So nail dust, skin cells, and any excess product. If the product is quite stubborn, I will soak it in acetone. But this is only step 1. Cleaning alone is not enough to reuse the tools on clients. Next we have step 2, which is disinfection. This involves using not household grade, but hospital grade disinfectant. It's often diluted in water, and you want to have a disinfection tub. That way you put your diluted disinfectant solution. So the dilution is going to depend on what brand you're using, in the tub with all of your tools. I also have an ultrasonic cleaner. This is really good for e-file bits. It has micro vibrations that help shake any excess debris out of the tools as well. So I have all my e-file bits in my ultrasonic cleaner and all my other tools in my disinfecting tub. And how long you have to leave them in the solution is also going to depend on the product that you are using. So what disinfecting does is it destroys viruses, bacteria, and fungus, but keep in mind that it does not destroy all microbes. And there may be some instances where you have no choice but to do step 3. Step 3 is sterilization. So this can only be done using an autoclave. This uses heat, pressure, and steam to destroy all microorganisms. It's not the same as a heat cabinet, a UV sterilizer, or glass beads. An autoclave is the only thing to truly sterilize your tools, and it's only effective if you've actually cleaned and disinfected your tools first. Now, not every council does require the use of an autoclave. They are pretty pricey. They do start from about $3.5 grand. If your council does not require you to sterilize your tools, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do everything in your power to make sure that they're most hygienic as possible. So I personally don't need one, but I choose to have one because hygiene is a top priority in my salon. But if it's not required and you can't afford an autoclave, you can't afford it on a payment plan, and you can't hire or rent an autoclave from another technician, that is when I'd recommend wiping the tools with isopropyl alcohol after disinfecting. But keep in mind, if your council does require sterilization, you have no choice but to get an autoclave or rent an autoclave. If you don't have an autoclave and your tool comes into contact with blood or you cut a client, you have to throw that tool away because you cannot safely decontaminate that tool unless you clean, disinfect, and sterilize. So once I've done my disinfecting and I've rinsed the residue off my tools, I then package all of my tools into my sterilization pouches, seal them, and pop them in the autoclave. Once the tools are sterilized, I keep them in their sterilization pouches until my client arrives, because if you open the pouches, they are no longer sterile. I hope this helps everyone out. If you do want to learn about nail hygiene in a lot more detail, I actually have a free ebook called Nail Hygiene 101, completely free. You can visit my website to download your free copy. I go into my 3-step decontamination process, what tools you can reuse and which ones you have to throw away, nail and skin conditions you shouldn't work on, personal hygiene, salon hygiene, and a lot more. If you want to download your free copy of Nail Hygiene 101, make sure to click the link in my bio. Thank you for watching.